Okay, so that is the next step, and that is scheduling the event, making a reservation for that event. So you're going to click on this little reservation button, and this is going to bring up your reservation box. So the top box is going to remain Southwest Arkansas Education Cooperative because you're in Southwest Co-op, assuming you're watching this in a co-op district. If you are in a different cooperative, then you can pick a different cooperative. And this list is based on when you sign in. And so, because I'm limited to Southwest, because that's where I work, then that's where this goes. So the next option is you choose the district for where you work. So for example, if you're choosing a location in the Hope School District, then you would choose Hope. All right. Please do not pick a location that you are not specifically in charge of. If you need to schedule an event at someone else's location, contact that entity. All right. So what are the begin and end times of the event? I'll just leave these 8 to 12, although you can pick any time in there for the start time and the end time. So we'll just say that our event goes from 8 to 12. On the date, you're going to click the date picker, and that will open this up. And so I'm going to choose the 20th just because it's a Sunday, and that way I know nobody else is going to, there won't be a conflict. All right. But you're going to pick whatever date this particular event happens to be on. So if this is something that's coming up on, Wednesday or a future Wednesday or whatever date this particular event is for, you want to choose that date and then click add. And just like the other boxes that we've seen, it adds it down to this list. If it's not in this list, that means it's not been chosen. As before, I can double click and it will remove it. All right, so add puts it in the list. Um, then the next thing you want to do is click on show rooms, and this will show all the rooms that are available for that location that we chose over here. These are all the locations that are available for this event. All right, so I'm just going to choose, I don't know why some of these are in here twice, but we'll just choose the Burl Henry Upper Elementary. Well, I'll tell you what, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one that's down at the bottom, because if I choose the HAPS East room, then anytime, whatever room you choose, you must scroll back to the top and click reserve. Let me say that one more time. Once you choose the location, you must scroll back up and choose reserve. At this point, now I have reserved this room on this date from this time to this time. When I hit done, no one else will be able to schedule anything in that room because I have booked that room. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. And once I click done, then I have scheduled that event on that day at that time. You'll notice here is a session number. Okay, this is the session number that you would send to people if you made it a private event, and you would say, hey, go out to your shoebox and search for session number, in this case 354 531. Go find that number and sign up for it. All right. Once you're back to this place, you have your event scheduled. You're done. So if you wanted to go create the next PLC meeting, then you would go back to create, wait for the screen to pop up, click on the drop down for the MEL title. No, that doesn't work. You can't type a letter to get on this one. It's kind of stupid. But we're going to scroll down to SWAEC for mine anyway. Did I miss it? I don't know. Yes, I did. All right, so I have the SWEC test PLC meeting. Now remember, that test PLC meeting, that's the generic kind of description for a PLC meeting. So I need the facilitator. So I'll choose the facilitator. There's no fee. I'm not going to worry about that. The limit here. The limit on this one, I'm just going to make it 10 people because this is, for whatever reason, this one is just going to be 10. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to do instructor. I'm not going to do any of this. Okay, now remember, this is a different PLC meeting. So for this one, I'm going to say Actually, I'm not going to say anything. They in the generic description, I told them to bring their device and their sample material. That's all they need for this particular one. I'm going to say no evaluation. We'll make it private. That's good to go. Next, again, I skip this box. We finish and we go to the reservation. Now, again, I have to make sure I'm in Southwest. This one is again at Hope, and again it's 8 to 12, but this time I'm going to put the 27th, right? I already scheduled one for the 20th, so this is for the next week on the 27th. I show the rooms, and we scroll down, and we're going to have it in the same place. So I chose the East room, sorry, and I click reserve. And again, I've got it reserved in the room on this date at this time, and then I have to hit done. Once I'm back to this screen, notice I have a different session number because it's a different scheduled event. So I would give folks this number for the session that was on the 20th. All right. So there you go. Hopefully, this walkthrough has helped you in terms of scheduling events. I did want to say one thing real quickly. On the create screen, there is a very good possibility that your evaluation dropdown is actually somewhere up above here. We've noticed that on with several users. For some reason, the evaluation box is actually above comments or something like that. It's in there. Just follow the steps, follow down. When you see evaluation, choose the evaluation. Okay?